So I thought I would learn how to use the Barbie knitting machine not using the yarn that comes with the knitting machine, even though I am tempted to because it is green and it matches the green hooks here. I think for visibility, I'm going to use this Paint Box acrylic DK yarn. So it's a light medium to size 3 yarn. Let's start with knitting a tube. This is one of the few toy machines manufactured by Mattel that switches between tube and panel. So we'll start with making a tube. So we switch this to the tube. We've toggled this to the tube, panel, tube. Feels pretty solid actually, which I'm surprised about. I was worried that everything would feel like it's about to break off. Find the loose end of yarn on the inside of the yarn roll and drop the end of yarn through the well of the machine until it touches the tabletop. Drop the end until it touches the table, and I'm going to give it a little bit of slack down there because this is the first time I'm doing this. Drape the yarn under the first machine hook, left of the guide. So I can't tell if there is one particular hook that's designated as the first hook. So I think we'll just choose sort of an arbitrary one here. With your right hand, turn the handle away from you. Drape the yarn behind the next hook. So I'm going to turn, and then we're going to drape the yarn behind this hook. Continue to turn the handle on the next hook. Drape the yarn in front under the hook. Alternate front to back until all the hooks are threaded. So let's do that now. So we've come all the way around. Loop yarn through the guide, raise the tension arm, slide yarn into the top spot. So alternating under and over the slot. So okay, I guess that's how it stays up. I'm going to turn it so you can see. So it looks like that. You're alternating the yarn through the tension slots. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Step 7 is you are ready to practice knitting a tube. Turn handle away from you. And now what I've watched on a lot of videos says that you need to leave a lot of yarn slack as you're going along. So that is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to hold the machine down because it's not stuck to the table in any way. But I also think I might need to hold the yarn. So let's see how this goes. I don't know if this is doing the right thing, but I guess we'll find out. From what I've seen online, the first few rows are meant to go a bit slowly just to get set up. I don't understand the logic of this, but it's quite cool. You can see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. You can see that the little teeth sort of shimmy the yarn over these middle cloth things. Is there a technical term for it? I mean, it appears to be working. I'll move it up so you can see the action bit. So these little teeth things, they actually are hooks. The hooks come up and they grab the yarn and they settle down and they shimmy the stitches in the middle in between the claws. I think the colors of this machine make it really cute. It's almost like a little monster. Okay, you can sort of see, you can see the tube developing here. We're going to keep going. I don't think we've dropped any stitches yet. I guess we'll be able to tell once it gets further. Like, okay, I think we've made a long enough tube dress for a knit Barbie gown. So we're gonna stop there. Now, we're gonna read the instructions. How to remove a knitted tube. So unwind the yarn from here. Okay, and this just naturally plops down. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So in a lot of knitting machine YouTube videos, they show how you take the needle and you pick off the yarn from the hooks while it's in the machine. I have seen how people talk about that as one of the more tedious aspects of using a knitting machine. But this one, I guess it's because it's for kids and it's harder to explain that. They just suggest that you release the tube before finishing it off. So let's try that. So this is my kind of machine. No fiddly stuff. Okay, so I'm holding the yarn above the well. I've taken it out of the tension thing, and apparently if you just turn it, it will release. So let's just turn it and let's see if it releases. Let's zoom in a little bit closer, see if it releases. It's releasing, you can see. You have to turn it a couple of times because the yarn alternates back and forth. It takes about 2 or 3 rounds for it to drop. And I think it's about to the last stitch. You see it's coming off the last stitch. Gently lift it. Oh, this is amazing. Look at this. Scooch this over so I can grab it off the last hook. And we have a tube. I love it. And it's actually so even. It doesn't even really need stretching out. And I'm a little bit nervous about stretching it out before I stitch up the ends. So I'm just gonna leave that for now. But yeah, I think this has been pretty exciting and successful. I'm gonna take a little picture. And yeah, that is my first tube made with the Barbie knitting machine. Okay, after crocheting up the top hem, making a little halter neck, and making a little flower, this is my first thing that I've made on the Barbie knitting machine. A Barbie-sized halter dress with a little ruffle at the bottom because that's just how it comes out of the machine. Pretty cute, huh? I'm pretty pleased with it.